My first semester, I had to write a paper about a welding rod and how it worked. And the instructor told me to go down to the library and to ask the librarian how to research. So I went down and she sat down and she taught me how to pull it up in the database and type in what I was looking for. And writing a research paper, I really enjoyed it. And when I was done writing that research paper, I live with bipolar and borderline personality disorder and ADHD. I've been asking doctors my whole life, like, what are these disabilities? And they would always kind of just tell me what the DSM says. They never really actually answered these questions. So after I got done writing this paper, for the welding rod, I typed in how does bipolar work, and thousands of peer-reviewed articles answered my questions. And I was like, I love this stuff. Like, I can eat it up, I can write papers, I can know how to research. Some things happened that second semester and inspired me to switch my major to psychology. I started finding answers to the questions I've been asking. I decided that I wanted to break the stigma that's attached to mental health. It's really stigmatized in the community, and it really kind of made me angry. So I set out with the goal of accomplishing what people would call grandiose goals, right? Like impossible achievements. One of those impossible achievements for me at being 43 years old was to go back to school and get a degree in psychology. The other one is on the summer, I walked out of the welding room and I saw a poster to run the Bay City Triathlon. I ran my first triathlon that summer, and that made me feel really good, not just accomplishing the triathlon, but feeling how it impacted my mental health. Unfortunately, a lot of people in society don't have positive coping skills to overcome their obstacles. Say, for example, I think there's 8,500 roughly students at Delta College. 1 out of 4 has a mental health obstacle in their life. It's like 2,125 students. It's 25%. Breaking the stigma is also providing students with resources and positive coping skills to overcome their obstacles so they can achieve that degree. Your mental health obstacles shouldn't have to define who you are and the outcome of your life, you know? After I saw the impact that the triathlon had on my mental health, the following summer, I said I want to do 11 medals for the 11 years that bipolar took over my life. In 2013, I acted on my thoughts of suicide. I went in a coma for 2 weeks. When I woke up, I had to learn how to walk and talk and communicate all over again. I had to quit my job, move back to Michigan, went on disability. I was on over 40 different medications. I went through cognitive behavioral therapy, dialectical behavioral therapy, group therapy, physical therapy. My hand shook so bad that my wife had to feed me at the dinner table. And I wrote a book about my 11 medals for the 11 years. I've been working on it for 2 years now. I was able to take some independent instruction class with some English faculty here at Delta College for creative nonfiction, who really helped guide and teach me how to use my voice. The book runs a lot of parallels in the symbolism of a butterfly. How the book starts out, I went to Dow Gardens for the first time, and I walked into the butterfly exhibit and I saw these butterflies coming out of the chrysalis, and I just stood there and just dumbfounded, like, what is going on here? Like, I just don't understand this. Like, this thing had teeth, it had legs, it was a caterpillar, it ate leaves, it went into this cocoon, and now it has wings, a straw for a mouth, and antennas. Like, I couldn't wrap my brain around it. And the more I thought about it, the more I learned about it, it's just like that was the transition of my life. Crystallizing into a cocoon, breaking down into a complete goo, and coming out something completely different. It's like a bear hibernating for the winter and coming out as a dog. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I use that in my book as the metaphor of change. And it's called Monarch, and it's called Overcoming Mental Health Through Metamorphosis. How can I focus on all of these things that I'm doing, the world records, the triathlons, the school, the awards? I have my life back. I have a second chance at life. Now I'm doing this. This is easy. And I don't mean to say that arrogantly, but what I have gone through for the past 11 years, this is my second chance at life. And often I think like, what if I would have went to like one of these other schools that don't have these research, they don't have that. Where would I be today if I didn't have Delta College? And I'm really glad that I came here.